Hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Okay, today we're going to carry on with the theme of the top unawakened champs of each class. We've already done one, which was yesterday, and we did skill, which was a bit different to today. Well, not only because we're doing mutant today, but because skill class, a lot of those champs need to be awakened in the skill class. There aren't a lot that don't really need it or don't benefit from it greatly. Mutant class, on the other hand, is quite a lot different. There are loads of champs in the mutant class that are really, really great without being awakened, or are still really good without it, but benefit from it as well, as you'll see in a few minutes as we go through each one. So again, these aren't in any sort of order. We'll put it in like a top 4 or 5 that are just amazing still without it. And the rest are good without it, and some don't benefit from it whatsoever. And we'll kind of go through that as we go. But last but not least, I'm going to go with, I think we'll go with Archangel as number, oh, no, we won't go with him yet. We'll go with Cable first, because Cable, the one thing he does need is to be paired up with the synergy with APOC. And what that does is his heavies degen like crazy. And he does not need to be awakened for this ability. So I think I've said in the mutant video, I'd use him a lot for the regular alliance quests. I do him in map 6, and he just works a treat, guys. All I do is parry heavy, and he just degens things to death. So he is outstanding with the Apocalypse synergy. Number 9, I will probably go with Havoc. Havoc has always been a really great champ, quite a reliable champ. He's quite easy to use. Again, this is only for offense, guys. Defense, Havoc's still a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if he's on difficult nodes and things of that nature. I still don't really like fighting Havoc myself. So, but this is mainly just for using them as attacking champs. But Havoc, again, is an amazing champ. So, he puts up those big numbers without being awakened. Next, we'll probably go with Emma Frost next. Emma Frost, one thing that I like about her is in her ice form, she's immune to just pretty much everything. As long as you stay with less power than your opponent, then you can keep her in ice form pretty much indefinitely. If you do happen to get more than your opponent, you can always just throw a special and just go straight back into diamond form. She's just an amazing champ when it comes to that. Plus, when you build up those prowesses and come out and do a special 2 or whatever you want to do, then she does absolutely hit like a truck. So she's an amazing champ on Awakened. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put Archangel next. Some people might disagree with me on that. Some people may, well, even have him lower. I still think he's an amazing champ without being awakened. You can still get those, if they can bleed or poison, you can still get those amazing neurotoxins on. It's just he won't have that reduction that he gives when you've got him a certain sig level. So as a 6-star, I've got him as a 6-star, but on Awakened. I use him occasionally, but not very much. I still would prefer to use the 5-star that I've got pretty like max sig, only because it's just such a benefit to have him Awakened. But he still can put up some big numbers on Awakened. So if you've only got him on Awakened, and you're more of a newer player, then just give him a go, because he still can put up some big numbers and be very helpful if the opponent can be bled and poisoned. Next, we're going to go Domino. Domino, when she came out, was an absolutely groundbreaking champion. She hits, super hard, especially if you're using the Flaming Trinity with Red Hulk and Massacre. If you've not tried that out, give it a whirl. She is absolutely amazing, especially on one of the variants. It's the XL variant, where you can only heavy. She absolutely just breezes through that. I can't remember which one that is. It's like 2 or 3. Can't remember off the top of my head. One of the first ones anyway. I used her with that, and she was absolutely outstanding. I actually used Domino probably 2 or 3 years ago for a Labyrinth of Legends run with the Flaming Trinity as well, because those incinerates that she puts on when you just parry heavy, it's so easy to do, and it just destroys the opponents. So that's why I've got Domino in there. Now I would say all of these are amazing champs without the dupe. The only one I would say still does benefit greatly from the dupe, or at least quite a lot, is Colossus. Now Colossus again could be higher than this. Any of these aren't really in any sort of order, these top 5, but Colossus does benefit from being awakened, and a decent sig as well. But even without, he's still, especially if you're running the synergies with him, that he benefits so greatly from, like Omega Red and a couple of others. If you're running those with him, he's still an amazing champ without being awakened. Next, we're going to go with Sunspot. Sunspot does not need his awakened ability. To be honest, I can't even remember off the top of my head what it even does. Mine is awakened now, but no benefit whatsoever in my opinion. But he does put up some massive numbers, and those incinerates are extremely, extremely helpful. Any of these three, again, I think I had these three in my top 3 for my mutant top champs anyway. So it just goes to show you that these 3 champs are amazing, even unduped. I'd say, again, from that list, the ones that benefits the greatest from being awakened is Professor X. So I'm going to put him at number 3 because he does benefit from that awakened ability, but even without it, he still hits extremely hard. His synergies are still the same, because that's one thing that makes him such a great champ, is those synergy abilities that he has with all the other mutant champs. Again, same with this one that I went on my mutant list. Apocalypse does not need to be awakened. I pulled 6-star APOC when he first came out, luckily, and I took him to rank 3, my first mutant to take to rank 3, and believe me, I do not regret it without being awakened, because he just does not really need it at all. I think it would be a benefit to have him awakened, and I definitely wouldn't complain if I pulled him and awakened him as a 6-star. But even without being unawakened, he still has all his synergies, he still has all his horseman abilities, and he still has the utility that he has and hits like a truck. So again, APOC is right up at the top. And again, last but not least is Magneto. A lot of people are saying, I have watched a couple videos recently that say Magneto does benefit from his awakened ability. I think he does a little bit, but only slightly. He doesn't need it, that's for sure, because he still can do what he does best, and that is just crumple up metal opponents and just make absolute mincemeat out of those metal characters. So if you do happen to pull Magneto at any level, then definitely do not hesitate to taking those up. Same with any of these characters. I wouldn't hesitate at all with taking these up. The only one I would be a bit wary of maybe is Archangel. Take up Unawakened, because he does really benefit from being awakened. But like I said, he still can do amazing things as an unawakened champ. So guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and be sure and click those notifications. That way you won't miss out on the rest of the videos in the series. And I will see you again soon. Take care.